Welcome back to Brad Pitt Career Mode on F125. Today we're back for episode number 20 of Season 2 in Mexico. So the Red Bull is still definitely the fastest car, and Mercedes is now technically faster than us as well. So the lack of upgrades and car development is taking its toll, but hopefully we can make something work. So we have not had a race win in the last 6 races, which is not good. We really need to find a way to beat Verstappen. Well, there's not much we can do. No upgrades for the car. So into the weekend we go. Mexico is an interesting track. I never really know how much downforce to run because you have this super long straight, and then you have like S's and kind of medium speed corners at the end of the track. So hopefully we get the downforce balance correct. But so far the car is feeling pretty good. Better than previous races. I think this track is going to be difficult to fight Verstappen and Piastri for that matter. I think they're both going to have really good straight line speed, and we've been seeing both of them get crazy traction on corner exits in the last couple races, so it might be a bit tricky to fight the Red Bulls, but we are seeing rain on the forecast for the race, so that might kind of throw a wrench in everything. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, into qualifying we go. We really need to lock in. It's been quite a while since we've been on the front row of the grid, but the car's been feeling great, so maybe there's a chance. First lap of Q1 is a 1:13.8. That'll probably get us through to the next session. First lap of Q2 on the old tires is a 1:14.0. Fourth in the session. There we go. We're a second up on our previous time. It's a 1:13 flat. That's good enough for third place. All right, I think we have some pace here. Yikes. The Red Bulls are both in the 1:12s. We're 7/10 off of Piastri. God, that is insane. All right, we're going to need a big time lock-in in Q3 here. These Red Bulls are crazy fast. First lap of Q3 on the old set of tires is a 1:13.3. So we'll need a massive improvement. Okay, that was a solid lap. Purple in the first 2 sectors, and it's first in the session. I think that's everyone across the line. I think we've got pole. Oh man, pole position. It has been quite a while since we've seen that. I don't even know the last race we had pole, but that is absolutely fantastic. All right, well, I guess it's really raining there. They want us on the wets to start the race. So I guess we've got a lot of rain on the track. There's a big, long run down into turn 1. So hopefully we don't get overtaken by one of the Red Bulls, which are right behind us. But here we are, starting from pole position. 5 red lights are on, and we are racing around Mexico. Going to be a really slow start off the line, but we get good traction. Down into turn 1, we've got both the Red Bulls behind us. It's going to be Piastri shaping up for a move into turn 1 on the inside. Gonna squeeze him to the inside of the track. Getting overtaken by both the Red Bulls. Just threading the needle through turn 1. Keeping first. That was insane. There is absolutely zero grip on track right now. There's no dry line yet. So we are just sliding around everywhere. Hopefully we can keep it together. This is bad. The good thing is there's no DRS just yet. So we should be safe into turn 1 for the most part.
Now we're gonna have to change strategy, so it's time to
change strategy. I guess, yeah, onto the inters.
Copy that.
I don't know. I guess we do it. Well, onto the inters we go. We'll see how many other people are gonna come in as well. That's Verstappen in the pits too. I think we might, yeah, a lot of people in. This is great. So Verstappen's going to get held up, most likely, by all these people passing him. Very early stop for the Brad Pitt crew. Onto the inters we go on lap 3. And that is the advantage of the last pit box. Everyone's going to get held up. everyone double stacking. So we'll have a big gap to the cars behind. We'll see how long we'll need to be on the inters.
Suggests the rain's going to be lightening up over the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. You should start finding more grip as we clear the standing water.
Okay, so 10 to 15 minutes of rain. We're going to be on these tires for quite a while. So we still have a bit of breathing room to Verstappen since we pitted, but I'm sure he's going to be catching up pretty soon. He's in a much faster car. We are starting to see a dry line, so it's getting a little more manageable, but there's still not a lot of grip. Hamilton is out, and it's a VSC as well.
Slow down and maintain.
I guess that doesn't change anything, really. Okay, VSC ending. So we only had like half a lap under the virtual safety car. But we're back to green flag running. We've still got a decent gap to Verstappen, but it seems like he's lapping a bit faster than us. Oh,
okay, caution,
caution.
Virtual safety car is out.
Back under VSC. So we had half a lap under VSC, then it ends, then we had another half a lap, and now it's back. Okay, sure. And it's ending again. Okay. What is going on? Make up your minds. We keep doing like half laps. Okay, back to green flag running. Hopefully for longer than a lap this time. Yeah, Verstappen's looking pretty quick. He's only 2 seconds behind now, so he's been gaining on us. We'll check the weather.
Inters seem to be the fastest tire for now.
No, I know the inters. I need the weather.
Inters look like the best tire for now.
Okay, so no information on the rain. Thank you, Mark. Very informative. Verstappen's getting pretty close. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna start battling with him pretty soon. Here we go, on to the straight. So this is where we might see Verstappen's first move. Luckily, there's no DRS in the rain, so we've got the battery to defend, but he's got the slipstream. He's gaining on us down into turn 1. We're gonna force him to the inside of the track, off of the dry line, and that is enough to defend from Verstappen, which is what we're gonna have to do pretty much every time. Just take the racing line, take the dry line on track, but here comes Verstappen once again. He's sneaking to the outside, and once again we can defend from Verstappen. He is looking very fast. This is gonna be a lot of fighting with this guy. Here we go for round 2. Verstappen's gonna go for another move into turn 1. We're gonna do the same exact thing, just keep the dry line, force him to the inside. And that is door closed on the Red Bull. I think he might be coming back at us into this left-hander though, just like last lap. So once again, we're side by side through this left-hander. And once again, we can defend. But I don't know how he's getting that much traction onto that little straight there. That makes no sense. He's really applying the pressure now, even without DRS. Verstappen, oh my god, really wide through there. He gets in front for just a moment, but we've got the inside through the stadium section and back into first. Yeah, even without DRS, he is definitely faster. This is going to be a problem when the track dries out. All this fighting with Verstappen has let Russell catch up. So, okay. Safety car.
We need to form up at reduced
what's going on this race? Well, I guess this is a good thing. I mean, Verstappen was close behind anyway, so it doesn't really make him catch up to us any more than he already was. And the longer we're under safety car, the more time we have for the rain to slow down and the track to dry up. So, I mean, I guess it's just a positive.
We're looking at another 5, maybe 10 minutes of this rain. Okay, not sure whether dries or inters are faster. We're right on the crossover.
What? We're not sure. Okay, that's the dumbest thing he's ever said. It's still raining. What do you mean you're not sure what's faster? This is a long safety car too. The field is still completely spread out. So we might have another lap. Finally, okay, safety car is in this lap. So on lap 15 of 36, almost halfway through the race, the safety car is in. It's definitely still the right call to be on the inters. But right now we have to worry about Max Verstappen and getting a good jump on the rest of the field on the restart. So we're going to take it nice and slow. And as soon as we round this final corner, as soon as we get a little bit of a straight, we're going to absolutely punch it, pedal to the floor. And that should be a good jump on Verstappen. There we go. So we'll be safe on this lap down into turn 1. But he's going to be right back on us in like a lap or two. Dude, I do not understand how Verstappen is so fast. Like, how does he have this much grip? We still have a gap to Piastri and Russell because of the restart, but Verstappen is caught up immediately. It makes no sense. We're about to see another move from Verstappen into turn 1, and this time we're going to squeeze him really tight to the inside of the track. Again, we'll take the dry line, completely compromise his run into the first corner, cover him off once again, but there is still a lot more battling to do. The corner exits are still what's getting us with Verstappen. It's just anytime you're on a straight, he comes out of that final corner flying.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
No, Mark, we are not going to be pitting this lap. We're going to stay on these inters until the rain dries up. On to the straight for lap 19, so guaranteed we're going to see another move from Verstappen. He's in the slipstream once again, so we'll try to cover off the Red Bull, but he's switching to the outside this time. So our line is now a bit compromised, locking the wheels on the wet part of the track. Barely defending from Verstappen there. He's getting close.
The weather's turning. We think it's time to box now.
Okay, apparently it is time for the slicks, according to the team. I'm not too sure if the track is ready, but onto the hard, so that will be our final stop. Those should bring us to the end of the race. I'm gonna assume a lot of people are gonna react to what we're doing. They're gonna go into the pits as well. So hopefully that gives us a little bit of a gap if people get held up in the pit lane. Verstappen's in as well. So on to the hards we go. We're going to take a bit off the front wing too. Hopefully that helps on the straights. Well, hopefully this is the right call. Here's the Brad Pitt crew. On to the slicks we go for the first time this race. Hopefully the track is ready. It might be a little bit sketchy for a lap or two. A lot of wheel spin on pit exit. We get a bit of a gap to Verstappen after both of us pit. So a couple drivers stayed out, which, oh boy, okay. I was gonna say that will be the indication if we pitted a lap too early or not. It might have been a lap too early. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this is not feeling great at the moment. Big kick of oversteer. I think the tires are just too cold. Maybe by next lap we should have more grip. Yeah, it's going to take a while to warm these up. Okay, there they are. So Piastri and Alonso stayed out, and they've jumped us in the pit lane. So maybe we did pit one lap too early, but the thing is, our tires are going to be way more warmed up than theirs will be. So we should be able to get past both of these guys pretty quickly. First up is Alonso. We're going to go for a move on our teammate in the slipstream. Going to switch to the outside. And that is nice and easy. Past Fernando. Piastri up next. He's really slow through these corners, and this will be an even easier move. Up the inside, past the Red Bull. So that's back into P1. Verstappen down to 4th now, behind those two. So that worked out perfectly.
Okay, we've got a full course caution. The safety
why? What happened?
Delta, we need to keep it positive.
This is ridiculous. We really need to keep these tires warm. The track is still cold, so if we let these tires go cold, it's going to be very difficult to defend off the restart. So that is, like, very important right now. We really cannot lose temperature in the fronts. No one else is weaving around either, so hopefully on the restart their tires are terribly cold. But we're on the hards too, so we can really lean on these once we get back to racing. Dude, this safety car needs to go faster. This is insane. We've been weaving like this whole time. Come on, man. Here we go. Safety car in this lap. So we have 10 laps to go. Verstappen is still down in 4th place, but he is very much still a threat in this race. All we have to do is place higher than Verstappen, and that'll be a win in my book. Anyway, around the final corner, the safety car's into the pit lane, leading the way on the restarts. We'll have the jump on Piastri, but DRS will be enabled next lap for the first time this race. That's where we're going to see some racing. We're going to see our first move from Piastri down into turn 1 here. He's in the slipstream. We're going to force him to the inside, just like we did with Verstappen. We'll have the racing line, and we can close the door on Piastri. So keeping first place for now, but we have a lot more defending to do. Here we go, on to the straight for lap number 29, and this is going to be the first use of DRS this entire race. Piastri's going to have it behind us. He's going to have the slipstream as well. We've got a bit of battery to defend, but he is going to fly past us well before the braking zone. Not much we can do about that. Too far back to go for a move into turn 1, and he's going to get a second dose of DRS down this straight as well. We really need to keep up with him. All right, we'll be close enough to have DRS on the main straight, which is absolutely huge, but I can see us playing some games with the DRS later. All right, now it's our turn for a move into turn 1. We've got the DRS and the slipstream on Piastri. We're dumping the battery. We've got Verstappen very close behind, but we're reeling in Piastri. A lot of overspeed, passing the second Red Bull before the braking zone of turn 1, flying past Piastri. So we'll have the DRS on this straight as well, a second kick of DRS, but Verstappen's still close behind. He's going to pressure us for a move around the outside, but he is not close enough to make it stick. So that's back into first. It's going to be really hard to defend from Verstappen here on the straight. He's only 3/10 back. He's got the DRS. He's going to have a lot of overspeed. He's reeling us in. He's going for a move on the inside. Nothing we can do about that move from Verstappen. Maybe a dive down the inside. A little too far back to make that one work. We cannot let Verstappen run away here. We need to stay within the DRS. As soon as he's in clear air, he always just runs away. So we need to absolutely dump the battery and push here. We will be close enough to have the DRS on Verstappen, but he's got a decent gap. Crazy speed on corner exit. It's 8 tenths to Verstappen. DRS enabled. We're dumping the battery. Hopefully, we're close enough to go for a dive bomb. We're reeling him in slowly before turn 1. We're going to send it down the inside on Verstappen, barely making it work. And that is back into first place. We've got the DRS for the second straight out of this first section of corners, but again, Verstappen just has crazy speed on corner exits. Luckily, not enough to make a move happen. I think we're going to start with the DRS games here. We're going to let Verstappen by into this right-hander. Just give him the racing line, make his move around the outside. So that will give us DRS on the main straight, and we can repeat exactly what we just did on the last lap. Here we go. We're a bit closer this time around, so it's not going to be a desperate move down the inside. Nice and easy past Verstappen on lap 33. Again, we have the DRS, but again, we're going to see a move from Verstappen. Look at that speed on corner exit. He's side by side with us into the braking zone. And once again, that inside line is just way better. Here comes Verstappen up the inside. We're definitely going to fight this one. We will be close enough for a dive down the inside into turn 1. Perfect defense on the Red Bull. We only have a couple laps left. It's just a constant back and forth into turn 1. So as long as we have the DRS at the start of the straight, we will come out on top. So we're going to do the same thing here. Let Verstappen through. We're going to go nice and wide around this corner. Let Verstappen up the inside. And that should give us DRS on the straight. On to lap 35, the second to last lap in this race. We're behind Verstappen, and we'll definitely be able to go for a move into turn 1. We're in the slipstream. We've got the overspeed. Alonso's alongside us. And that's going to be both the Geezer racing cars to get past Verstappen into turn 1. That's a 1-2 at the moment. And Piastri gets through too. So Verstappen down to 4th. Piastri and Alonso have just slowed each other up too. So we have a nice, comfortable gap. We're not under threat of someone being within the DRS as we head on to the final lap. So we can just absolutely cruise to the finish line with these guys fighting behind. So Alonso will have the DRS on Piastri here. Piastri's just going to be a sitting duck down this straight. So there is a great opportunity for a 1-2 finish here if Alonso can make something work into turn 1. We'll see once we get through these couple corners. It looks like Alonso did not make the move stick. So still in P3, but there's still a chance. I don't think there's much we can do to help Alonso at the moment. Piastri's just barely within the DRS. We can try to break out of it and give Alonso one last chance in that final DRS zone. But if we can't break out of it, Alonso might have to settle for P3. This is his final chance to go for a move on Piastri. And I think he's just going to be too far back to grab P2. But the real headline here is Verstappen not even on the podium, down in 4th place. And this is going to be our first win in like 7 races here in Mexico. First place. Great defending at the end. That was a crazy race.
Well done.
Almost a 1-2, but a double podium for the team. That'll be huge for the constructors as well. Man, that was insane. Man, we have waited quite a while for another race win. That is very satisfying. I think the last win was like Spa. It's it's been a minute. That's nice. That was a crazy race. A lot of safety cars there, which we didn't really benefit from, to be honest. I mean, we were always leading the pack, and it didn't really change the strategy or anything. But double podium for the team is huge. I think this will shrink the gap to the constructors by a bit. I think Red Bull will still be in first, but maybe by like a single-digit margin. We'll gain points on Verstappen too, not even on the podium. The way that worked out on the last lap was absolutely perfect. Really couldn't have asked for a better result. So we've got Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi left. There's 2 sprint races as well, but it's only 4 races left. The gap to Verstappen is 75 points. That is crazy. We're almost there. As for the constructors, 9 points away from Red Bull. That is going to be a very close race to the end. Okay, I'm kind of stupid with math, so I had to ChatGPT this, but I think we can clinch the championship next race. So it's saying if we lead by 86 points, that's mathematically the win. So, I mean, there's a sprint in Brazil. It is possible, but the Red Bull's going to be really fast. So, I don't know. Next episode could be a big one.